welcome back Infinite Flight Simmers. In this episode, we're flying this Airbus A220, owned and operated by Breeze Airways. We're departing Orlando, Florida, and heading to Key West in the Florida Key Islands. I'm a big supporter of this airline, namely because of its CEO, David Neeleman. Mr. Neeleman has founded and started a handful of airlines throughout his career, the most notable being JetBlue. Breeze Airways, a new low-cost airline based in Utah, marks David's fifth airline that he's founded. More important to me, though, is David's belief and championing of the Airbus A220. So much that 90% of Breeze Airways consists of the Airbus A220-300, with plenty more on order. I'll leave a couple links in the description if you care to learn more. But right now, our flight is done boarding. Let's head to the flight deck. I've already loaded our flight plan, and I'm anticipating great weather for our flight today. With the planning part done, let's get ready to depart Orlando from Gate 30. Infinite Flight just released its newest version, 26.2. A new feature that released with the update, a minor but massive improvement, is functional ground power. As you can see, the aircraft is powered up without the APU. With the APU fired up, we're good to disconnect the ground power, just as it is in real life. With that completed, let's run through the before start checklist. Nav and anti-collision lights on. No smoking and seat belt signs on. Hydraulics, buses and bleeds are set. Jet bridge is clear of conflict. Before start checklist complete.
Ground the cockpit, walk around is complete, doors secure, wing walkers in place, you're good to release the brakes.
Brakes are released. Stand by while we call for push.
Copy. I have the brakes, standing by to push.
Orlando ground, Moxie 716, ready to push and start, Gate 30.
Moxie 716, you're cleared to push, straight back.
Cleared to push, straight back Moxie 716. Cockpit to ground, cleared to push, straight back.
Pushing straight back. Stand by for start. Ground to cockpit. Cleared to turn engine 2.
Copy. Returning engine 2. Brakes are set. Clear to disconnect. See you outside with the pin.
Starting engine 1.
Quickly reach for the nearest mask and pull down firmly to start the flow of oxygen. Ensure the plastic bag is clear of the mask. If you wear a personal face mask covering, remove your mask and place the oxygen over your nose and mouth. Slip the elastic band over your head and tighten the straps. The bag may not inflate even though oxygen is flowing through. Remember to secure your own mask first before helping others, and continue to use the mask until advised by a crew member that oxygen is no longer needed. Thank you for your attention. Please sit back, relax, and enjoy your flight. If there is anything that we can do to make your flight more enjoyable, please do not hesitate to call on us. If you lose your electronic device in your seat, please do not adjust your seat. Ask a crew member for your
Good start on both. Ground crew has the pin. After start checklist. Auto brakes to RTO. Terminal map. Open. Buses and APU. Remaining on. Bleeds as required. Lights checked. Cabin signs checked. Engine EGT and temperature in the green. After start checklist complete. Flight control check. Flight control check complete. Set flaps 2 for takeoff.
Orlando International Traffic, Moxie 716, taxiing to runway 36 right.
We have a bit of a taxi ahead of us. In the interest of time, let's jump ahead to the takeoff portion.
Flight attendants, please prepare for takeoff.
Orlando International Traffic, Moxie 716 is taking off runway 36 right, departing south. Approaching runway 36 right.
Strobe and landing lights on.
Entered runway 36 right.
Takeoff. Stable. Thrust set. Checked. $80 knots. Cross-checked.
V1.
Rotate. positive rate, gear up. FMS autopilot on. Set climb thrust. Speed check, flaps 1. Speed check, flaps clean. Alright everyone, another successful takeoff. We are climbing up to our cruising altitude, and according to analytics, this is where most of you jump to the landing. However, we're going to continue the climb out to 16,000 feet when we fly over Walt Disney World. I'll see you all a little later, as we descend into Key West. Welcome back. We're presently less than 50 nautical miles from Key West, descending through 10,000 feet, and we'll be landing shortly. Please return your seats and tray tables to their upright and locked position.
Flight attendants, please prepare for landing.
Key West traffic, Moxie 716 is 26 nautical miles to the north at 9,600 feet. Inbound for landing, will make left traffic for runway 9.
Let's take a moment to brief the approach into Key West. We'll be using the RNAV approach for runway 9. The approach calls for us to maintain 1,500 feet from Chet's, through the turn to final, and starting our final at Busby. Our runway length is only 4,800 feet, definitely a short runway by commercial standards. This is where the 220-300 excels, getting over 120 paying customers into relatively small markets with exceptionally low fuel costs. The trade-off of landing on such short runways is that super smooth butter landings are rarely accomplished. Instead, we want to hit our marks at a decent landing rate, generally below 300 feet per minute, and get slowed down quickly. Last thing any pilot wants to do is give its passengers an express delivery to the beach because we overran the runway. Joking aside, this is where pilots earn their pay, and I'm aiming for a bonus today. I have visual of the airport and haven't heard or seen any other traffic in the area. Let's run an approach checklist. Auto brakes to setting 3, or medium in our case. The winds are calm, there's no need for the heads-up display. A PU still on. Lights checked. Signage checked. Let's start slowing for the approach. coming down to 3,000 feet, slowing to approach speed. Set flaps 1. Set flaps 2.
Key West traffic, Moxie 716 is on left base, runway 9.
2,500.
Slowing to final speed. Set flaps 3. $2,000 to go, lower gear. Gear down, 3 green, set flaps 4. Landing checklist. Electrical, good. Lights, checked. Signage, checked. Gear down and green. Spoilers armed. Auto brakes set. You can. No blue. Landing checklist, complete. We're slow and dirty to the Busby waypoint.
Key West traffic, Moxie 716 is on final, runway 9.
Set VREF speed. Set flaps 5. Configured for landing.
1,000.
Stable. Looking good. Taking control at 300.
500. 400.
Autopilot off. My aircraft.
300. Minimum.
Continue.
200. 100. 50. 40. 30. 20. Retard. Retard.
Spoilers extended. Reverse is green. "70 knots. Manual braking. Retract flaps. Retract and disarm spoilers. Landing lights and strobes off. Brakes set. Ground power connected. Welcome to Key West. I hope you enjoyed your flight today on this Breeze Airways A220 and hope you'll come back for more.